Drive Radio fans, John Rush, your host, weekly Drive Radio, AM 560 KLZ. This is the longer portion. We're going to start doing these reviews a little bit. We'll have a little short review of the car, so if you don't want to spend as much time looking at it, we're going to do a short version. This is the longer version. Richard puts me in front of the camera for the long versions because he knows I like to talk. He does too, though, so don't let him kid yourself. Anyways, V60, 2015 Volvo. Really nice car, as we talked in the short review. It is a wagon. You can call it whatever you want to call it. I don't care what Volvo or anybody else wants to call it. It's a station wagon. It just doesn't look quite as long. Not a bad looking wagon. In fact, I actually like the looks of the car. I'm an older generation kind of a guy, and I actually don't mind the looks of it. I think it looks great. It performs very well. I will say one thing about this car that I struggled with and I didn't like. We've got a lot of construction going on here in Colorado. They're redoing a bunch of our roads. They're doing them all in concrete. We've been a state that for the most part has always had asphalt, this black top that we call it. We're now converting, because of certain things going on, over to a concrete product. What I will say is this particular car evidently has to do with the tire size and the wheelbase. You get on some of that concrete and the car really struggles to stay between the lines. It wants to follow the concrete lines that are in the road, and you end up really struggling to keep the car in between the lines. You know, I'm not saying that's a fault of the car, it's just the way some of our roads are working. But again, that's why every car, before you buy it, you need to get behind the wheel, go out and drive it, watch some of these reviews, research it. Don't buy the car on emotion. Buy the car factually. Make sure you know what you're buying. That makes it for a great investment, because this is a car literally, in fact most cars today, but this car especially, you could own this car for the next 25 years without any problem at all. So make sure you're buying the right car. But again, it's a good looking car. I like it. 4-cylinder turbocharged engine, performs very well. I got 32 miles to the gallon driving it, 31, 32 depending upon how I was driving. The car, the car just works and performs really well. I really did enjoy it. It's just a nice driving, nice riding car. Interior size is nice. We'll get into that in just a minute. Be sure to watch our driving portion of the video, which is going to be coming up next. But really, I enjoyed the car. It's a nice car. What am I going to rate it? 4 or 5 stars? Somewhere in that neighborhood. A lot of this is going to come down to what you like and the looks of the vehicle. I didn't mind it. Now, Richard, you didn't care so much for it because of your age group and had comments from friends of not particularly liking the style.
I did. The station wagon style is not my fan. Well, honestly, even the wagon style and the other luxury cars, I know Lexus and BMW do a wagon style car, and I'm not a fan of those either. It's just, to me, it's the look of it. Yeah. I'm not as much of a fan, but once again, that's me. I'm probably not buying this car right now.
That's right. You're going to have to be the judge of that. Is it a very safe car? Yes. This car works great. Volvo's got some great safety features, been an innovator in that end of it. I won't get into all those details because you can study that for yourself. But anyways, great car. We'll move on into the driving portion of it. We'll come back and do the interior, so stay tuned. All right, folks, we're in the driving portion of the V60 Volvo. And as you can see, car's smooth, drives well, runs well. This car, as we talked about in the opening, does have a turbo engine. Works well, very little turbo lag, very smooth car. Volvo's of course done a great job. The ride quality is great in this car. 31 miles to the gallon average around town for us. Richard, not quite as much, but he's got more of a lead foot. But other than that, it's been a great car. Richard, what are your thoughts?
Really liked it. Only downside, which I talked about in the other part of the review, was the exterior. Feels it looks a little bit much like a station wagon, and for my generation, not really inclined to buy a car that looks like a station wagon. However, the overall feel, drivability of the car, the comfortability, really I can't complain as far as that goes. Some of the other features we've shown you, I can't complain as far as the car goes overall. Looks not my favorite, but drivability wise, it's great.
All right, stay with us. All right, guys, we're back from the driving portion. John Rush, your host. Gonna look at the back end of the vehicle. As a wagon style vehicle, I will say it does have a nice back end. The back opens very easy, even though it's not an automatic hatch. This opens and shuts very easily. It's got a nice balance to it, would be the best way to say that. Nice security cover here that stores in. One of the things I do like in this vehicle that's pretty slick is it's got this fold up kind of a divider, if you would. You can hook stuff into it. Your grocery bags can go on here so stuff's not dancing all around. Gives you still room in front for some other things. The other cool feature is it's got this nice storage compartment. I know the lighting isn't great back here, but hopefully you can see this. It's got a compartment where you could put, I don't know, you're not gonna have jumper cables and much anymore, but you could put your snow brush and different things, gloves, hats, different things that we take in and out in Colorado in our climate. Really a kind of a slick deal. I really like it. Again, nice functional vehicle as far as how it's done. The seats, of course, fold down. You know, we won't get into all of that because if that's something you're really interested in, you can look at all that stuff yourself. But it folds down, gives nice big cargo space in the back. Richard, let's just jump to the front real fast. And it's a very comfortable car. Adjustable seats on both sides. The one thing Richard and I will talk about that neither one of us are a huge fan on, and Volvo, if you're listening, I think it's time for an update. And I know you guys rave about the ease of functionality in this, but I tell you, of all the press cars we drive and all the different things we look at, this is still one of the hardest systems to memorize and get used to on a daily basis. There you go. I'm gonna get too close, you won't focus as well. Richard, what are your thoughts? Just for me personally even, and I'm a pretty technologically advanced guy, I'm always wanting to turn this knob up and down for the stereo. I don't know why, but I'm always wanting to turn the fan up and down to adjust the volume. It does have dual temperature control, which is nice, but some things in it that make it cumbersome is anytime you want to go to the menu, you're using these two buttons over here, which, again, it's just, if you drove the car every day, you'd probably get used to it, and I'm probably knocking it for something I shouldn't, but it's just one of those things that where we're bouncing around in and out of cars, this is one of the least forgiving cars when it comes to using the center stack and getting used to the radio audio. Richard, would you agree? I
would say so, and it looks, from right here, looks intuitive and looks different because, I mean, you do have the different controls here for your air conditioning and where the airflow goes, your body, your face, or your feet. And it's really not, it is nice. There's some nice features to it, but it just seems very cumbersome when you're using it on the road driving, which you shouldn't do, but let's be honest, everyone does use their infotainment system or car system while they're driving, and you want the least amount of room or least amount of air possible. Would that be fair to say?
Yeah. I mean, you're just always making adjustments. Anytime, you know, I don't care how automated the system is, you're going to make adjustments to it. Outside of that, there is some cool features. Richard, have you got the keys in your pocket? Yep. We can actually start it up and kind of show them the differences in the dash. If Richard can do that while he's sitting over there, you can actually change the way the dash looks. It's got kind of a sport mode, eco mode, etc., which is kind of slick. You can go through the different themes, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So there's the eco. It's got an elegance mode and a performance mode. I actually drove it mostly on the performance mode because I like the looks of the way it kind of changes the gauge setup, etc. Again, cool things that the new cars are coming out with, where they've now got the ability to take a translucent screen and make different adjustments to it, where you can have it really for any type of driving style that you've got. But anyways, nice car. You know, middle seat is fairly sizable. Richard, you drove it in the back. It's tight. I mean, you're not. This is not a full-size adult car. This is a mom, dad, couple of kids, room in the back after that. That's really more of what I see this car being fitted for. This is not a 4-person, let's go across country, take a really long trip, and stick some big heavy guys in the middle seat, because it's just not designed for that. No matter how far up you move this front seat, which you can see me moving this up, Richard, get a shot of this back room back here, because even with me and my knees into the dash, you can see there just is not a lot of room in this back seat. So again, that's just the way the car is, and back to what I said a moment ago, you really need to, you know, drive all of these cars, really get a feel for them, know the car you're going to buy before you buy it. And by the way, we've got folks we work with at the dealership level, also Isaac Bouchard, our broker. You can actually call him, he'll set you up, get you in all the cars that you want to drive, especially Volvo. He's got a great relationship where he can get you in a Volvo and drive that car. But anyways, we've got multiple ways for you to experience these cars, Volvo in particular. Very, very safe car, I said that earlier. You can't find hardly well, be careful how I say this, because they're really all very, very safe today. But Volvo's been an innovator in safety. In fact, when you think Volvo, you think safety. With that, continue to watch us. Drive Radio AM 560 is our station. We're on there every Saturday, 10 to 1. Watch our YouTube channel. Subscribe to it, please. And also listen to us. You can find us on TuneIn Radio or stream us live at 560thesource.com.